What's up YouTube, it's TCG here and welcome back to another TCG video on my channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the results from the Aichi Champions League that happened in Japan with 5,000 players. We have some data and they're actually using cards from Destined Rivals, so we have a little bit of an idea of which decks are actually really good. So if you guys are hyped for today's upload, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. There's going to be more coming soon and we're going to be having some gameplay of other decks as well. So yeah, lots more to come in the future. So with that being said, we are here on LimitlessTCG.com and we finally have the top 16 deck list from that Champions League. It happened last week and with 5,000 players, these are the #1 decks. The first one is Yoichiro Hirohama with the Dragapult Charizard. I talked about this yesterday in my Psyduck video, and yeah, it seems that Charizard is back as a #1 winning deck. It does get some help with Dragapult DX. We know Phantom Dive can be really strong. We have seen that in the past. This deck list is not playing any Budu, so no item locking capabilities. But it does come back with some other support Pokemon. We have Shaymin, a new Shaymin from Destined Rivals, which actually blocks the damage done to your non-rule box benched Pokemon. That means your Dreepies, Dracloaks, Charmanders, Charmeleons, and all that are all safe on the bench, which is totally awesome. There's also the Psyduck in there, which shuts down abilities of Pokemon that actually blow themselves up. Think about Dusknoir, Dusclops, for example. We will not have access to this card in Destined Rivals, but it is here in the first place winning list of the Aichi Champions League. So that's actually a Dusknoir counter. What else do we see is that there is a Chiyu in here as a one-price fire-type Pokemon, probably to deal with some, cornerstones or anything that just blocks you in your path. We have Dragapult as well with the Phantom Dive, and yeah, I think this deck is kind of weak to like Pokemon that cannot be hit by Terra Pokemon. Think about a Milotic, and that's why the Chiyu is also part of the squad. We have Cleffa for draw power. It's been a while since we've seen Cleffa, and this deck list always wants to go second with using TM Evo to get, of course, your Dracloaks and Charmeleons into play instantly. Prime Catcher as the ace pack card of choice and only one rare candy. What else do we see here is the Team Rocket's Watchtower, shutting down all colorless Pokemon, their abilities. So that's actually a counter for Noctowl, Pidgeot EX, and even Blood Moon, to say the least. So very cool deck for sure, because Team Rocket's Watchtower with Iono, I always knew in my head that would be really powerful. Then we have Yusuke Kawara with a Raging Bolt. Okay, Raging Bolt still around. This archetype is actually playing Slitherwing as well as Koraidon. Sometimes you see the Slitherwing, sometimes the Koraidon, but not both. This is an archetype also playing the Iron Leaves. Very good, because they predicted Charizard to be good, and that means that the Iron Leaves can come into clutch quite easily to knock out Charizard EX. You can also knock out Zoroark EX with it. All the rest of the Pokemon we are familiar with so far in the Raging Bolt deck, and there's only 2 copies of Raging Bolt EX in the list, so they're focusing more on other attackers. Think about Koraidon, Slitherwing. We see 1 Boss, 1 Crispin, 4 Sada, 1 Iono, like the classic norm here. There's 1 E-Switch in here, and the rest of the things are very standard for a Raging Bolt deck. Number 3 is Hiromichi Tanaka with Charizard Pidgeot. So like in the top 4, all of the Charizards are here. That's kind of crazy. Okay, we have Charizard with a Maximum Belt. Okay, it's been a while since we've seen Maximum Belt. Maximum Belt allows you to slap 50 more damage to your opponent's EXs. That means Charizard can actually hit numbers that the opponent doesn't expect, definitely in combination with the Dusknoir package. 2/1/1 line of Dusknoir, Pidgeot in the list as well, and TM Evo, as well as having access to a Briar here to cheat out additional prizes when the opponent is at exactly 2 prize cards remaining. Again, we see Shaymin here protecting your bench, so something like the Terapagos deck will be a little bit in a worse position in the upcoming format, and we also see the Budu with the item lock, which is still very powerful. It looks like people in Japan are loving Charizard. We have Yoshishisa Fuku. Yeah, it's very hard to pronounce, I'm sorry. So we have another Charizard, but this time it's a Terra-based deck with Terapagos in the mix. So we have access to the Noctowl package as well as the Pidgeot package, by the way. So there's a little bit of both, instead of relying on other draw support Pokemon like we've seen in the past, and we've seen like Dracloak being played with Charizard just to have some draw power. This actually plays the Noctowl engine. Fan Rotom in there, Area Zero on the dab, also Jamming Tower. Almost in almost every deck, Jamming Tower seems to be popping up left and right. And again, Prime Catcher as the ace pack card of choice. So Prime Catcher, Charizard go hand in hand, it seems, and this allows you to just get your setup quite easily. Fan Rotom, Hoot Hoots, Pidgeys, and off you go. Okay, continuing on. We are gonna have Gardevoir with Kanata Yamamoto with Gardevoir. Okay, what is this Gardevoir bringing to the table that we haven't seen before? We see a Team Rocket's Patrol, and that's actually gonna allow you to get any trainer you want from the deck. So this could be used if the opponent actually has that stadium card, the factory, where you play a Team Rocket's supporter. You can draw 2 cards. This could help, but it also can get yourself any card you want. For example, you can get yourself a stadium, you can get yourself a tool card, you can get yourself the secret box if you want to. So there's 2 copies of Team Rocket's Patrol in, of course, this 60. We see Shaymin as well, protecting your bench, which is something that the Gardevoir deck really appreciates. I don't see any Drifloon in this 60. You do see TM Devo, so a high emphasis on Monkey Dory, and then having TM Devo for the Charizard matchup. So no Drifloon, but there are some Bravery Charms out there, by the way, which can be really helpful to put, of course, your Clefairy to more HP up against Dragapult, or just to snipe for more damage output with the Scream Tail. Okay, no Drifloon seems pretty weird to me. Next up is Haru Nishikawa with Grimmsnarl Froslass, and this is a very cool 60 being played as well. They actually played it as 9th place and 14th place, so this exact 60 was played by 3 people over at the Champions League in Aichi, and all of them get top 16, so very powerful here. We have Grimmsnarl. If you don't know what Grimmsnarl does, it actually is a very cool Pokemon. If you evolve into the Grimmsnarl EX, you can accelerate up to 5 Darkness energies from your deck to your Marnie's Pokemon in any way you like. So you power yourself up on another Grimmsnarl altogether. And its attack actually slaps 180 damage and then also 30 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. If you combine that with stuff like Monkey Dory and the Froslass combo, you can put damage that is being put on yourself in combination with Adrenabrain, in combination with the bench damage to some ridiculous numbers, and that means weak HP Pokemon always get knocked out, and that's gonna be very powerful indeed. And in combination, you also have the Budu to item lock and slow the opponent down while you set up your board, you set up your Froslasses, and also Grimmsnarl does also have an ability, so if you just damage yourself because of the Froslass, you can put the damage instantly onto your opponent with Monkey Dory, so that sniping capability can become even further more powerful, and that's going to be helping you win a lot of games. We see here Arven as the package, so you do want to be going second, I suppose, going for that TM Evo. There's also 2 rare candies in here, which can also get yourself the Grimmsnarl instantly. Grimmsnarl also a Darkness type Pokemon, being able to hit weakness against Gardevoir EX is a super nice bonus, and the Spike Muff, is that the Spike Muff Stadium here, allows you to actually have searchable ways to get Marnie's Pokemon. Once during each player's turn, that player may search a deck for a Marnie's Pokemon and put it in hand. So with that stadium, you are very strong against item lock, as you can get your Marnie's Pokemon time and time again. If you fall behind, you have Defiance Band as well for more damage output, pushing up the Grimmsnarl to 210 HP, the perfect number to knock out stuff like Phazantipity EX, for example, Teal Mask Ogerpon as well. So this actually is very good. You fall behind, you have the counter catches, and try to bench wipe some of the field, because with Monkey Dory and Froslass, you're gonna have quite the cool combo, and 3 of them got into top 16. Then we have another Raging Ball with Kosuke Tamaki, and this Raging Ball actually is playing Koraidon as well. It's not playing Slitherwing, so maybe people were thinking, oh, Joltik Box is not going to be popular, Terapagos will be going down in play. Maybe that's what they're thinking. Maybe with Grimmsnarl in their format, the Pikachu is actually not that powerful anymore, so they cut down the Slitherwing and added in the Koraidon instead. Baby Raging Bolt still here as well. The Ditto with the transformative start can also be very powerful if you search it out with Fan Rotom. And that also comes back with the counter catcher in here, which can be really useful if you do fall behind, but nothing out of the ordinary. There's a Hayato Takaoka with the Flareon Noctowl. So Eevee Box has not seen a downfall in play. We did see Ian Robb recently do well with it, and this list is pretty much you see Flareon and Sylveon coming back together here because Sylveon with the Angel Light is very powerful. Also with Lily's Clefairy EX in play, Sylveon EX can dish out ridiculous numbers up against Dragapult EX, and Flareon can dish out stuff to knock out stuff like Raging Bolt, stuff like Goldango, etc. But there's also the Leafeon EX in here. This actually allows you to slap 60 damage for each energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. That could be very useful up against a Joltik box, but also it's going to be useful to just knock out Charizard EX, and that's why it's mainly in here for. We see a Wildspring Ogerpon in here as well for some, spread mechanics. With Sparkling Crystal, it's very good. You have the Briar for the late game, and the split line between Area 0 and 1 Jamming Tower seems to be popping up, not only in Dragapult, but also here in this Evolution box. Serrano also can get a whole heap of EXs from the field, actually from the deck to the field. So think about Phasantipity, your Evolution EX, maybe even EVX if you want to evolve and stuff. So strong deck with Crispin and Sparkling Crystal. Okay, then we have the Yoshiyuki Arai with another Grimmsnarl Froslass. I think this is the exact 60 we saw before. So yeah, we already talked about it. And then we have Toshiki Kuroda with another Eevee Box. This Eevee Box is playing the Black Belt, also playing Brock's Scouting, so a little bit more protected against stuff like the item blocking capabilities. But this deck does recently do well against item block, as you do come back with the Knockdown Engine, Crispin, and Sparkling Crystal. So yeah, Eevee Box. Again, Wildspring Ogerpon is in the deck, even though Shaymin is running around in the format. You don't have to worry about it in the slightest. Sometimes the people it has 80 HP. Sometimes you cannot find it with Buddy Buddy Puffin, by the way. So if you can get it off turn 2, it's still going to be very powerful indeed. Then we have another Gardevoir with Yushiro Yamakawa. Let's see what this Guardy is all about. This actually is playing Phasantipity for draw power. It is also playing the Shaymin. No Drifloon in the 60, but it's playing a Lily's Pearl. The Lily's Pearl could actually turn your Lily's Clefairy EX into a one-price Pokemon. If the opponent is not playing Jamming Tower, you can actually take that to your advantage, which is going to be very powerful. Combined with an Iono, that's actually pretty good. TM Evo in here as well, so people are playing TM Evo left and right because Budu is still quite present in the format. And the thing I'm thinking about here with the Gardevoir decks out there is that they're all focused on heavy Monkey Dory and not playing Drifloon whatsoever. So that makes me a little bit scratch my head. But yeah. Moving forward, we have a wall, Melodic Farigiraf wall deck. We have Ryonosuke Murata. Let's see here. Having the Tatsugiri in the 60, just for your optimal setup to just define your Arvins and Crispins. You have a Farigiraf, which can be very good against the Raging Bolt deck. Milotic, very good against Charizard and Dragapult. Cornerstone, very good against classic Charizard build. So if they're not playing the Chiyu, they're going to have a really hard time to deal with this. There's an Iron Bundle in here as well, and even a Super Potion in combination with Hero Escape. So sometimes you do see the Vitality B Ace-Pack card just to heal, but this has Super Rod and having still the Hero Escape to put yourself to some higher numbers. This actually did not do well in the Journey Together format because the high amount of stuff like Dragapult, not Dragapult, the high amount of Gardevoir in our format, but yeah, it is still performing over in Japan. Then we have another Raging Bolt with Kaido Mitsu. This Raging Bolt is not playing Slitherwing. Again, Iron Leaves in the 60 and is playing a Budu as well. The Budu, it can actually slow the opponent down long enough so you can get your setup going. And it is actually playing 3 copies of Area 0 under death instead of the classic 2 that we see. And Iron Leaves is actually quite good, it seems, in Raging Bolt. So you can Teal Dance your way to victory, slap down your Iron Leaves and go from there. Also another way to, of course, get out of some awkward item locking scenarios. So you at least can start taking prizes. Then we have Rigi Nishikuchi with Grimmsnarl. And this actually is the same Grimmsnarl list we've talked about before. Then there was another Grimmsnarl deck, actually having, we have Kai Ishida. What is different here? They are playing Maractus. Okay, that's the only thing I currently see. I think the other list was that also playing Secret Box. It was also playing Secret Box. Okay, was it also playing Maractus? Or no, we did see double Bidoo and a Shaymin, and this one has only one Bidoo, but does come packed with Maractus. And Maractus, as you all know, can corner people out so they cannot manually retreat, which is going to be a very good combo with Froslass. So I do understand the appeal of the card in there, definitely if you pair that with an Iono. And then lastly, we have Shoya Tago with Raging Bolt. This Raging Bolt deck is Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary, just the same stuff we've seen before. Some people are doubting to actually play Koraidon, some people want to be playing the Slitherwing as well, some people play the Iron Leaf, so that's the thing that makes people scratch their head. But this actually has a Briar. If you don't know the opponent's playing Briar, you can be surprised when the Raging Bull player takes additional prize cards with their Teal Mask, Ogerpon. But that's about it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video here. If we take a look at the statistics, this was the top 16, the most successful decks. There were 4 Raging Bolts in that Champions League in the top 16 and 4 Marnie's Grimmsnarl as well. If we combine all of them, there were 3 Charizards in the top 4. So Charizard did really well. So is Charizard back? We'll figure it out together in the Destined Rivals format. But let me know how you feel about the upcoming meta. If you enjoyed the video, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. Will you be trying out Grimmsnarl EX? I was surprised that it's the most successful deck from Destined Rivals. Didn't see any Eden's cards, didn't see any Cynthia's cards. It seems like Marnie's Grimmsnarl is one of the best performing decks from Destined Rivals. Also go check out, of course, the sponsors that make the videos possible.
Level up your game with TC Evolutions. Breathtaking damage counters, special condition tokens, and ability markers. Precision, style, power. Use coupon ZapdosTCG for 10% off only at TC Evolutions.
Also go check out dragonshield.com for your sleeves, binders, and deck boxes. Use the coupon ZapDos5 and get 5% off your order. PotownStore.com for your TCG Live code card needs. You can get them with 5% off and instant email delivery. And there's cardmarket.com for European players where you're able to buy as well as sell cards to people all across Europe. Use the referral name ZapdosTCG to help support the channel. Thank you all very much for watching today's upload. I was very eagerly looking forward to the results of Aichi Champions League, and it looks like I'm gonna have to find myself some Froslass. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Pokemon TCG epicness. Peace.